Hello and welcome back to another original production by me, the Spence Dog, and this is another weekly comic book review video. Sorry for the delay, did out of state work, but here are the videos. So this was actually from a couple weeks ago, but there were a couple titles I read and let's get to reviewing them. So, first title, Detective Comics number 943. So this issue, it's dealing with the fallout from the Night of the Monster Man arc, and it's pretty interesting because we have new villains introduced in this arc. We don't really know who they are or what their motives are. So pretty cool stuff so far. Also, everyone in the Bat team, they're still dealing with Tim Drake's death, so there's still a lot of emotional feelings and tension going on within the team, and just not really being with each other and being able to get through the day. And also, it's interesting to see that both Harper Row and Lucas Fox, who were, if I remember correctly, didn't read Batman Eternal, but I know they showed up in that. It looks like they have made their return into the DC Rebirth continuity, so it's interesting to see where they're going to go with it. Also, there was a part in this issue where Stephanie Brown, she asks the idea if are we actually helping or hurting the people of Gotham City, and really brings the idea, is Batman being a hero or a menace to the people of Gotham? And it's interesting because at the end of the issue, we get the reveal of the villains that are the victim syndicate, and they say they are victims of Batman's heroics. So pretty good stuff. Overall, I give this issue a 9 out of 10. The series is worth reading. Next series is Titans number 4. I like it, but it's all style, no substance. It's just still dealing with Wally, dealing with Kadabra and interfering and just screwing around with him. Like, he's taken Linda Park and he's able to subdue Dick Grayson and the rest of the crew, and Wally's just at a really bad spot right now. He's angry and all that stuff, but it's okay. But there's no really story progression as of right now. We aren't really getting too much about the whole mystery of the DC Rebirth storyline. I like it, but maybe gonna give this a couple more issues before if I decide to drop it. And the other one, Blue Beetle number 2. It's okay so far, but at this point, Jamie, he's still working with Ted Core to understand how to control the Blue Scarab and its powers. And after last issue, it looks like he's finally met and run up with the Posse. They're a metahuman gang around the El Paso area, and they're sort of suspicious of Jamie, but yet they trust him because he gives one of their crew members back to them. And I guess the main guy who runs the Posse decides to have a member named Blur look after Jamie. There's some funny moments in their confrontation. The person, her name is Blur, she flirts with Jamie very aggressively, and it leads to a little bit of a fight, and in the process, Jamie inadvertently inhibits her metahuman powers and changes her back to human form. And we find out in this issue that Jamie's mom is helping out by being the night nurse for the Posse. And then Jamie confronts his mother about this, and conflict between the two, but they make up. Overall, I'm liking this, but so far there's not really an overarching villain that has been introduced, and Keith Giffen hasn't really touched on how Jamie got his powers, but it still holds up. For me, I give this issue a 7.5. And then, last one from a while ago, Extraordinary X-Men number 15. To be perfectly honest, I do like this series, but it's had its growing pains. But this is a decently good issue. This is the second to last issue of the series, and it's about the World Eater, and it looks like Magic's protege, Sapna, has been possessed by the World Eater. And it's interesting so far because this is a pretty magic-heavy arc, like her trying to raise a mutant that has supernatural magic-based powers, and she feels like she has the responsibility of trying to save Sapna. And it's pretty interesting. Also, the art, it's still holding up pretty well, and the story from the Apocalypse War arc, it ties together because Colossus, he's still one of the 4 horsemen, and the X-Men have Apocalypse in a makeshift prison, and it's looking like it's all going to get tied in together in the last issue. So I like it, but I'm going to give this issue a 7.8. If you like X-Men, just give this series a try if you're a fan of them. And then last one I want to talk about is called Nighthawk. Not going to really spoil too much about it, but it really covers a lot of the socio-political climate in America. And Frank Walker, David Walker, I believe, does a really good job conveying it. And sadly, it got canceled, but highly recommend you read it. Not going to spoil a whole lot, but I honestly believe that if you send a political message in a comic book, it's powerful. It gets issues across. Really recommend it out. And then, yeah, after I get this video up, second video is going up. Thank you. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and follow me at Twitter at SpenceDogGoy, and have a good rest of your night.